right, let's set the scene. Technology, once the stuff of wild imagination, is now moving faster than ever. Self-driving cars, artificial intelligence, and even microchips that can go in your hand. Sound familiar? Well, some say these innovations echo ideas found in an ancient book, the Bible. Take the book of Revelation. It talks about a mark in the hand or forehead needed to buy or sell. Fast forward to today, people actually implant chips to pay for groceries. Coincidence? Maybe. But it's eerie how close the parallels are. Now, I'm not saying your smartwatch is a sign of the apocalypse, but it's wild to see how ancient prophecies seem to line up with what's in our pockets. Are we just making stuff up to fit the narrative? Or is technology unfolding in a way that was, well, foretold? Some believe these links are signs we're heading toward an end times scenario. Others shrug it off, chalking it up to human creativity and progress. But here's the real question. Why should we care? Because whether you're a skeptic or a believer, the intersection of tech and prophecy makes us ask bigger questions about our future, our choices, and how far we're willing to go. So, next time you swipe your phone or talk to your smart speaker, just remember, you might be living in the kind of world ancient writers could only dream about. Is it all just a fascinating coincidence? Or something deeper? Let me know what you think in the comments. Have you noticed how these days it feels like someone's always watching? Cameras on street corners, microphones in our pockets, and apps that know where we've been, even before we've had our morning coffee. It's like living in your own personal episode of a sci-fi thriller, except it's not fiction. Now, if you're like me, you might wonder, is all this surveillance just about convenience and safety, or is there something deeper going on? Some folks think we're inching closer to that end times scenario, where control is so tight, even your grandma's secret cookie recipe isn't safe from prying eyes. So here's the big question. How much privacy are we giving up just so we can unlock our phones with a smile or get instant traffic updates? And at what point does helpful technology become, well, a bit too helpful? There's no denying these trends echo some pretty old warnings, prophecies even, about societies where freedom gets squeezed by an invisible grip. Is this all just paranoia, or are we watching prophecy unfold one click at a time? In the end, it comes down to what kind of world we want to live in. Are we okay trading freedom for convenience, or is it time to push back before faith, choice, and privacy become relics of the past? So I'll leave you with this. In a world where everything's connected, what are you willing to disconnect to keep your freedom? All right, let's talk about AI. No, not the kind from sci-fi movies that tries to take over the world, but the real, everyday algorithms shaping our lives. Imagine this. You wake up, check your phone, and boom. Your news feed's already decided what you'll see. Your shopping suggestions? Yup. AI? Even that playlist that somehow knows you better than your ex? AI again. But here's the kicker. These digital brainiacs aren't just helping us out. They're nudging us bit by bit, influencing what we buy, what we believe, and sometimes even how we vote. Ever noticed how your opinions shift after scrolling through recommended content? That's not luck, mate. That's clever coding. Now, let's get a bit philosophical. Could AI play a role in, say, end times prophecy? Sounds wild, but some folks are asking if we're handing over the reins to digital authority, one click at a time. Are we, in a way, creating a new kind of overlord, one that doesn't sleep, doesn't eat, but sure as heck knows what you had for breakfast? But it's not all doom and gloom. The big question is, what are the ethical stakes? Who decides what's fair, what's private, and what's just plain creepy? Should there be rules, or are we winging it until something goes wrong? So, how does AI influence your daily grind? Is it just a handy tool, or are we on the cusp of a digital monarchy? This conversation, my friends, is just getting started. All right, let's talk about something that's got conspiracy theorists and Sunday school teachers equally on edge. Is tapping your phone at the checkout actually a sign of the end times? The mark of the beast, that's Revelation 13 for those keeping score, has been a hot topic for centuries. Back in the day, folks thought it'd be a tattoo or barcode. Today, people are side-eyeing digital wallets, cryptocurrencies, even those handy little fingerprint and facial scans. Here's the thing. Digital payments and biometric IDs are everywhere. I mean, have you tried buying a coffee lately without your phone? It's like being a caveman with a credit card. But are these just slick tech upgrades, or is there something more sinister afoot? Let's break it down. Digital currencies? They keep tabs on every transaction, sure, and that's enough to make anyone feel like Big Brother's peeking over their shoulder. Biometric systems? One scan and your whole identity is on file. It's easy to see why some worry it all lines up a little too well with ancient prophecy. So, could digital currencies be the modern mark? Are biometric systems a sign of prophetic fulfillment? I can't say for sure, but I reckon it's wise to keep asking questions. How do you navigate faith in a digital world? Maybe it's about balance. Embracing the good, staying alert for the bad, and never letting convenience trump your conscience. Bottom line. Don't let fear drive you, but don't ignore the warning signs either. Technology is a tool. Just make sure you're the one holding it, not the other way round. Is your smartphone the mark, or is it just the world getting a bit more sci-fi every day? Is social media the great uniter, or just the cleverest control tool we've ever invented? Think about it. Never before in history have billions of us been so connected, able to share ideas, debates, and yes, cat videos, all at the speed of a double tap. It feels like the world's coming together, doesn't it? But here's the twist. What if this unity isn't just a happy accident? Some thinkers and a few rather ominous prophecies hint at a time when the whole world operates under one system. One way of thinking, one way of living. Sound familiar? Scroll through your feed and you'll notice. The same hashtags, the same viral dances, the same big debates echoing from New York to New Delhi. So, is global connectivity a sign of end times unity? Well, prophecy does warn of a world speaking with one voice. Not to go full tinfoil hat, but it's interesting, isn't it? Social media shapes our worldview, sometimes without us even noticing. The more we're fed similar content, the more we start to think alike. Is that unity, or is it control? Maybe both. So, are we becoming more united, or just more manageable? Are we building a global community, or drifting into a single unified system that's, well, a bit too unified? I'll leave you with this. Are we living in the age of connection, or the age of control? And if prophecy is right, should we be excited, or just a little bit nervous? Let me know what you think in the comments. All right, let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered just how much your online life says about you? I'm not talking about the cringy memes from 2012 or that pizza you posted last Saturday. I mean, you're the collection of every click, like and tweet you've ever made. Now, imagine that data forming a score. Yup, a social credit system where your reputation isn't just gossip at the water cooler. It's a number that could decide if you get a loan, book a flight, or even swipe right on someone. Sounds a bit dystopian, doesn't it? like something straight out of a sci-fi flick, or, dare I say, a prophetic warning. But here's the million-dollar question. How do digital identities impact personal freedom? When algorithms judge your every move, freedom starts to look a lot like permission. So, could social credit systems be more than just a tech trend? Maybe even a sign of things foretold? The risks? Oh, they're real. Bias, surveillance, and the ever-creepy feeling that someone or something is always watching. It's digital control with a polite smile. So, in a world where your online self is almost as real as your offline one, how do we keep our integrity? Maybe it's about being intentional, choosing honesty over hype, and remembering that your value can't be measured by a score. So, what do you think? Are we heading for a future of freedom, or will our digital shadows decide our fate? Drop your thoughts below. And hey, don't worry, I won't judge your credit score. You ever scroll through your feed and think, wait, is that real? I know I do. Technology is supposed to bring us closer to the truth, but these days it feels like it's doing the opposite. Let's face it, misinformation isn't new. Rumors have always been around. But now, with just a few taps, a dodgy story can go from some bloke's basement to the front page of everybody's life, faster than you can say deep fake. So, why is misinformation more rampant today? It's simple. Tech spreads it farther, faster, and with a lot more flash. Algorithms don't care about what's true. They care about what grabs your attention, and outrage always gets clicks. That means lies don't just travel, they get upgraded. Fake news isn't just some bloke at the pub anymore, it's a hyper-targeted, AI-powered viral juggernaut. Tech has basically built the perfect echo chamber. You see what you want to see, and before you know it, you're not sure what's real anymore. Are we more gullible than before? Maybe not, but we're definitely more distracted. It's like trying to spot a counterfeit coin in a bag of marbles. Good luck. So, what do? For starters, slow down. Question everything, especially if it makes you angry or smug. Cross-check before you share. And remember, just because it's online doesn't mean it's gospel. In a world where even your toaster might be lying to you, a little skepticism goes a long way. Stay sharp out there. All right, picture this. You're settling in for your daily meditation, but your phone buzzes again. Suddenly, your Zen moment turns into doom scrolling through memes about enlightenment. Classic, right? Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not here to roast your smartphone. I mean, these little rectangles of distraction can actually help us on our spiritual path, if we use them mindfully. There are apps for breathwork, guided prayers, and even live-streamed talks from spiritual leaders across the globe. Imagine that. Centuries ago, a pilgrimage took months. Now it's just a tap away. But here's the catch. Technology gives, but it also takes away. Ever noticed how easy it is to lose hours to social media, comparing your journey to someone else's carefully curated highlight reel? Or how notifications pull your attention away from, well, everything? If our devices aren't managed, they can drown out the quiet voice inside, the one that actually matters. So, can tech facilitate spiritual awakening? Sure, but it's all about intention. Use those apps, join those online communities, but set boundaries. Maybe turn on Do Not Disturb for your meditation, or swap out scrolling for a few mindful breaths. The real question isn't whether technology is good or bad for your spirit, it's how you use it. Will you let your phone block your spiritual vibes, or will you use it to help you grow? That's up to you. So, what do you think? Can technology facilitate spiritual awakening? How do we use tech to strengthen faith? What are the benefits and challenges of digital spirituality? And how can we stay grounded amid tech overload? Let us know your thoughts below. Hey there! In a world where technology changes faster than I can finish my morning cup of tea, it's easy to feel like faith is getting swept away by the next big thing. Self-driving cars, AI that can write poetry, even smart toasters. Sometimes it feels like we're living in a sci-fi novel written by someone who's had one too many espressos. But here's the thing. Faith and technology aren't sworn enemies. In fact, if you look closely, they can work together, like old friends who bicker but always have each other's backs. Faith grounds us in what matters. Compassion, honesty, kindness. All the stuff that doesn't need a software update. So, how do we prepare for a tech-driven future? For starters, I don't recommend throwing your phone in the nearest pond. Instead, stay curious, ask questions, and remember it's okay to unplug once in a while. Your soul isn't Wi-Fi enabled after all. What role does faith play in all this? It helps us find meaning in a world obsessed with speed and convenience. It reminds us that behind every algorithm there's a human heartbeat. Are we ready for the challenges ahead? Maybe, maybe not. But with a bit of vigilance, a dash of humility, and a solid grip on what truly matters, I'd say we've got a fighting chance. So, as the tech tsunami rolls in, don't forget your life vest. Keep your faith close, your values closer, and never lose sight of the things that make us human. Ever looked at your smartphone and wondered if it's a sign of the apocalypse? Sounds dramatic, but stick with me. Let's start with surveillance. Cameras on every corner, algorithms tracking what you buy, even your fridge might be watching you. Ancient prophecies talked about a world where nothing was hidden. Now I can't even Google pizza without being haunted by ads for a week. Then there's AI. Machines that think, learn, and sometimes write poems better than I do. Some folks say it's a step towards a digital beast. Others say it's just progress. Either way, it's changing everything. Digital currencies, no cash, just code. It's convenient, sure, but what happens when all your money is just a number on a screen? Feels a bit biblical, doesn't it? Global connectivity means I can talk to someone in Tokyo while sitting in my pajamas. But with all this connection comes a tidal wave of misinformation. Prophecies warned about deception, and now fake news spreads faster than cat videos. But here's the twist. Technology also supports spiritual awakening. There are apps to meditate, podcasts to inspire, and communities that help me stay grounded. So, is your smartphone a sign of the end times? Maybe, maybe not. The real question is, how am I using it? Am I letting tech distract me or deepen my faith? Now, it's your turn. How do you see technology? What changes will you make in your digital life? And how do you stay spiritually aware in a tech-driven world? The signs are here. What will you do with them?